Chicken fried steak pairs best with lighter to medium-bodied red wines with some acidity, such as Pinot Noir, Grenache, Sangiovese, Zinfandel, and Beaujolais. A peppery Syrah or a GSM blend, which is a Grenache, Syrah and Mouvedre from the Rhône Valley, is also a wonderful pairing. For white wine, Gewurztraminer and Grüner Veltliner also help deal with the grease bath of this dish while imparting some delicious flavors. So chicken fried steak, which is sometimes called country fried steak, it's basically a tenderized cube steak dredged in flour and eggs and then flour once more, and then it's fried. Often it's deep fried. So you tend to get something that's cooked really well done, and the breading kind of masks that beefy taste. Plus, because you cook it well done, you cook out a lot of the fat in the beef, so you lose a lot of that beef flavor, but it's often smothered with a rich pan gravy as well. And that kind of masks all the beefy flavors as well. And it's called chicken fried steak, as fried chicken is often prepared this way. So our first pairing is Chianti Classico and chicken fried steak. I give this 4 out of 5 stars. And this isn't a great pairing, it's a good pairing. Chicken fried steak, you have a lot of options with wine, but nothing's gonna be that amazing because the way chicken fried steak is prepared, you got that gravy, the meat is kind of cooked out of it, it's deep fried. It's not really gonna contribute anything to the wine. So in all these pairings, the wine is just gonna add a little more flavor to the chicken fried steak, but you don't get that reciprocal effort. Chicken fried steak isn't going to make these wines taste any better. And chicken fried steak, it's not heavy in weight as your traditional steak, so you don't want a powerful red wine as the flavors will crush the flavors of both the steak and gravy. You also need a wine with some acidity to cut through that breading and fried greasiness of chicken fried steak. Chianti Classico, it's an Italian red wine made from the Sangiovese grape, and it has a medium body with wonderful acidity that's balanced with tannin. Chianti Classico, very notable for having black cherry, red cherry, plum, and strawberry flavors, but you also get an herbal or earthy characteristic that's sometimes a turnoff to some red wine drinkers, particularly us in New York. But I suggest you give this red wine a try and kind of dip your toe into Italian wines if you're not familiar with them, because you're missing out on some extremely great wines that are also budget friendly. In North America, we're kind of attracted to wines that have oak in them, red wines at least, so you get chocolate and vanilla notes. Chianti Classico doesn't have much of that. You get more notes of herbs, violet, earth, and leather. But the big seller with this wine, again, is the refreshing fruit flavors and how the acidity cuts through the greasiness. This wine is also smooth and velvety, and that kind of matches the body of your chicken fried steak, which is kind of smooth with that greasy flavor to it. Our next pairing is Beaujolais and chicken fried steak pairing. I give this 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's a good pairing. Again, you're gonna like this wine with this food. It's just not going to knock your socks off because the food isn't gonna make the wine taste any better. Again, Beaujolais, light and fruity. You'll want a Beaujolais Villages or a Beaujolais Cru. I'd probably stick to Beaujolais Villages. Easiest to find. Beaujolais Cru is going to cost you a little more. It's got a little more deeper flavor, so if you like a little earthiness to your wine, go Beaujolais Cru. But if you just want light and fruity, and sometimes Beaujolais has a bit of a banana or bubblegum taste to it, stick with Beaujolais Villages. Mostly you're going to get some cherry, strawberry, and raspberry flavors, along with notes of pepper and spice. Beaujolais Cru is going to have deeper notes of pepper and spice compared to Beaujolais Villages. And again, crisp acidity, refreshing wine, cuts through the grease, doesn't overwhelm what limited beef flavor is left in your chicken fried steak. Our third pairing is Pinot Noir and chicken fried steak pairing. Again, I give this 3.5 out of 5 stars. Pinot Noir, a little more accessible. You're gonna find it pretty much anywhere. Earthy edge to this. So again, you get some barnyard or forest floor, particularly in Old World Pinot Noir from France. You're gonna find that. In some cheaper New World Pinot Noirs, you're gonna get some vanilla, maybe some chocolate, usually from the oak. And this is done to cater more towards North American tastes, and also because Pinot Noir, it's a hard grape to grow. And with wineries, in North America, sometimes it's seen as a business and they want to focus on just having the same flavor profile year after year. Where in France, it's a little different. People kind of do a lot of research into what the best years are. Again, Pinot Noir, difficult grape to grow, and you have different tiers too. So you're going to save your best grapes for your best wines. And then, your lower bottle, your lower cost Pinot Noirs are going to have the worst grapes of that season. And they're probably not going to showcase as much fruit or earthiness as people like. So they add vanilla chips in some instances. They do some chemistry work just to give it more of a consistent taste. There's a phrase that you can have inexpensive Pinot Noir and you can have good Pinot Noir, but you can never have both. So I guess the point I'm trying to hammer home here is that if you do buy a bottle of Pinot Noir, don't buy the least expensive bottle. Reach for something that matches your personal budget. Our fourth pairing is Syrah and chicken fried steak pairing. Syrah and Shiraz, they are the same grape. Syrah refers to an old world style of Shiraz where the focus is less on fruit forwardness and the wine has a savory or smoky edge to it that many describe as tasting like bacon or smoked meat. That's not to say you're drinking a glass of bacon or smoked meat. You're also going to find blueberry, blackberry, and other fruit flavors on the wine. With the New World Shiraz style, those fruit flavors of blueberry and blackberry, they're going to be way more pronounced. Some call it jammy. You're also going to get hints of vanilla and chocolate due to some oak aging and whatnot. With both styles though, you're also going to get peppery notes. And pepper is delicious with beef. So this is a good match provided you choose a medium-bodied Syrah. Again, you don't want to go full-bodied because it'll wipe out all the flavors of the beef. And our final pairing is for you white wine drinkers. And I'm doing Grüner Veltliner and chicken fried steak pairing. I give this 3.5 out of 5 stars. Because chicken fried steak is, mostly red meat, most people are going to prefer red wine, but I realize not everyone is into red wine. So if you're a white wine drinker, Grüner Veltliner might be the wine for you. It's crisp, clean, and you got some nice, amazing flavors of lemon, lime, lychee, peach, mango, apricot, and green apple. But you also get an amazing white pepper aroma. Again, like we said before, beef loves pepper, so the pepper kind of contributes to the beefy flavor of your chicken fried steak. A lot of white wines are going to go fine with chicken fried steak. So if you don't really want to buy a Grüner Veltliner and you love Riesling, Sauvignon Blanc, Gewurztraminer, or Pinot Grigio or sparkling wine, those are all great choices as well. They're going to cut through the grease because they're acidic, and that's what you want. You want something to cut through that grease so you can get to the beefier flavors. If this video helped you out, be sure to give it a like. It helps more people find me when they're searching for wine pairings and such. And if you want to see more pairings for chicken fried steak or anything else, be sure to visit my website. Link is below. Go to the homepage. I got a nice little search engine there. You just type in your food or wine you want to pair up, and the search engine will give you some great recommendations complete with rankings. Anyway, until next week, cheers.